Alright guys, today we got this here black Samsung. Haven't had one of these in a little while, but I think it's just like the other Samsungs. I'm sure there's two off the back. We'll take this off, go that route. So got the two back here. Make sure it's unplugged. This one is there's no cord on it, so you know, you guys need to be smart if you're gonna do this. I don't recommend anybody does this on their own. So, because there's lots of things that I see. This belt isn't in great shape here, so I haven't ran this at all. I'm probably gonna put a new belt on it. Okay, so on this front bit, looks like I do have the two screws down there that we'll need to take off. Like I said, it's been a while, but it looks like if I take these off, maybe this will come off. Unhook it from here. Probably gonna have to remove this. So they said it doesn't heat. It's a no heat situation. He thought it might be the heat element. It's very possible. It's a Samsung, so it probably needs bearings too. They all seem to. And now I can get this pulled off, and oh yeah, we can unhook it here. So I might be able to leave the circuit board where it is. Just unhook that. So let's put two of these screws back in over here on this circuit board. So the customer, I sold them an LG, but I just want to you know, normally when I do this, I want to get into their machine and see if I can fix it. Because that way, if something happens with the one I sold them, I'll just sell them this one back, fixed. Then they know the history of it or whatever. Taking out these screws down here. You know, you never know what's going to happen with these old machines. I do the best I can to test them, but it is what it is. Okay, so now got these two kind of tabs to push down on as we kind of pull this back. Looks like it's been bent down there. I don't know how easy this case is going to come off, but let's see what happens here. Okay, now that's that off. This side is going to be a pain because it's, you guys can't tell, but it's bent down there at the bottom. There we go. Alright. Then we'll unhook the door lock switch. This should come off. Wonder what my neighbors think when they drive by, stare up in here, see a bunch of appliances. Well, they all pretty much know what I do, but when they see this fancy GoPro I'm wearing here. So, alright, so we're gonna have to take this bit off to get the drum out. So let's undo this harness, and we'll leave it in there with it. So we got two up top here and two over there. Hopefully the audio is a lot better this way than the previous videos. You know, I'm working on this YouTube thing, and as of now, you know, you're probably not going to see this video for months and months because I'm so backlogged on videos, but trying to put out one a day, but I don't work on one machine a day right now, so eventually I'll catch up to myself here. Okay, so now this should have 5. There's 2, 2, and 1 down there normally. So we got the one down in here. Man, we got a lot of hair on this one. Wonder if that's the issue or what. You know, hair ruins them. Kind of does. So I need to get this preventative maintenance program up and off the ground here for people. Let's see what we got. The door seals look pretty good. Now this does have the new style Samsung bearings, so maybe these won't be bad. I do have some of these, but these are good. I'll get all the hair off them. But got the sensor bars to unhook. Forgot about that. Unhook your sensor bars. Alright, there's a lot of hair. I don't know if you guys can see all that or not. I'm going to try to vacuum it. But that's some hair right there. Normally I don't have this much hair. Sort of chilling in there without a bunch of lint too. So that's weird. It's just, I usually just roll the drum out. Not like this. It's probably not the best way, but it's what I do a lot of times. Put the drum over there somewhere. Alright, so it's fairly clean in here. This is the 3-prong heat element, which I don't have. Water feels good. Alright, all these bearings are good, so I don't have to mess with bearings on this one. Let's check out this heat element here. I'm gonna have to go find the meter. Mine's in the car. Actually, I'm gonna vacuum this hair up real quick. Need to go buy some more of these meters. Throw them everywhere. Okay, so the wires themselves don't really look too bad. The belt looks bad, so we're gonna do a new belt for sure. I mean, part of this is just shredded. It's like I'm pulling pieces out of it over here, which is interesting because the bearings aren't bad. I don't know why that's happening, but and the heat element isn't bad. That's not good. So that means he might have some issue with his house wiring. Either that or the control board is bad. Well, actually, let's check out this. So the high limit is good. How's this thermostat? That thermostat is good. I don't know if these ones. Yeah, that one's good. I think this is a thermistor. I guess it could be bad. So, I mean, I don't see anything wrong in here. So I wonder, do we have a bad control board? Maybe. So we could check this switch. It's alright, even if I can't fix this one. But I mean, I'm gonna put a cord on it and test it right now. See if we can get this switch to meter. What I'm doing is I'm metering this motor switch back here. He said it was He said it wasn't heating though, so normally this switch disables the turny bits. I always struggle unplugging these things. I mean, unless the belt stopped tensioning this pulley because it's worn out, and put a new belt on it. Okay, there's that off of there. Now let's see if we can meter it. These are really hard. Okay, the switch is good. So I've got my meter in there. I mean, I don't know, unless that belt stretched out or something and it let that thing down, because it is like, it's not in good shape. So let's throw a belt on it, put it back together, and plug it in. It's a little longer, so it might have been stretched. I don't know. I know that this one is okay though, so it's all gonna be okay. We know it's okay. Alright, got the belt on there. Let's give her some spins here. So, new belt. I'll throw this, whatever piece this is, back on here. One there, two here. Put these screws are in here. Then we'll plug our stuff in. I know he lives about a half hour away. I did some stuff earlier after this, so I don't know if I'm gonna feed him to when he hooks it up or not. But I don't see anything wrong in there, so either this thing has a control issue or it's not broken. Okay, that one, guess I'm doing the wires, so put that one through there. I think this one goes around there. You guys can see that one goes through there. I think that one goes down like that. Routing the wires. Gotta route them. Try to route them back where they were. We can just stick this one through here like that. Le Samsung. Dude was telling me that he now this was interesting. This was interesting because I was like, damn. He told me that he went and the place he was at had a 4-pronger on it. And he decided to put a 3-pronger on it because it was cheaper to just buy the new receptacle than it was to buy a new cord. Because he told me the cord is 40 bucks now. I was like, geez, 40 bucks for a dryer cord. What has the world come to? What are we doing, people? Everything's too expensive. Since I can vacuum that out real quick. I wonder if that vacuum's ever gonna die. Tried to kill it. Okay, so on this one, we got 4 more screws. I think. Tell you what, the other thing I'll do is I won't even look at my phone until I get this back together. So I'll grab the washer screws and test it. And if I got a message from him, I'll have him have an answer. So the ones with the washers go down in here. Just a FYI. On the Samsungs. LG's probably the same way, really. Used to have one of these. I don't know if I still do. I think I threw it away. But at one point I had one of these control panels. Maybe he knows the control panel's bad. Okay, I got the light plugged in. Now let's do this. This goes into here. Plugs in over here. And there. And there. Put that down. Got 4 screws there. Which is good because that's how many I have left. Okay, then we just got those 2 in the top. Throw a cord on it and see what happens here. Another reason why I don't sell from my house, because you never know when people are going to get wild over something stupid like this. Like, his house wiring is jacked up. It's going to blame me. That guy sold me a bad washer, bad dryer. Even though my last one didn't work either. Well, it turns on. It's possible it's still a thermistor. I didn't check that or put a new one on. I think I have one. This might have diagnostics too on it. It's nice and quiet. So drying, high heat. Guess the other possibility is the sensor bars are dirty or bad. Won't do an auto dry. He didn't exactly say it was no heat. He said the heat element was bad. It's definitely getting warm. It's hot. I can feel heat out of there. I didn't do anything though. It's not a control board. Alright, well I fixed it. Let's look at the phone here. Oh yep, right here. Kent sent you a message. It's like I just knew it was gonna happen. Not getting power to the dryer for some reason. Look at that, see? It's down to 1. 1 on the timer. That means that the sensor bars are probably working too, because it thinks it's dry in there, so it's going to shut itself off. Got some towels in here. Let's throw all these in it. Test the sensor bar, because he just messaged me. He says that he's not getting power on the LG for some reason, and I ran that LG right before I took it to him. So he's got some issue with his house. I'm not exactly sure what to do about that. So let's turn this off and back on again. Push start. I just noticed down in here there's a penny right there. I don't know if you can see that. You probably can't. There's a coin in there. I wonder if that's what's giving me my click on this machine. Now we're gonna let this run for a minute and talk to this dude. Alright, I'm back on this one. The customer got his running, and then this one stopped again. It stopped heating again. The heat element is tests good, and so I'm getting inconsistent heat, so I don't think it's his wiring anymore. I think it is this thermistor. That's my best guess. So I'm gonna see if I have one and change it. There's a way to test these, but it's kind of a pain. The other thing, so there's just a screw in here. I don't know. I'm gonna put this one in and see what happens. I got nothing to lose. Knowing I gotta text me in an hour, say that one's now not heating, because what he did is he told me that he switched the wires in the house and then it started working. So what I think has happened is that one of his legs might not be working, or I don't know. Alright, let's see what happens. Turn it on, push start. Says it's drying. Yeah, he messaged back and says his heater's not working. So I think what happened is he switched the wires. He switched the wires, and now he's wired the control panel and the motor, so it started spinning. So now that one's going to have the same conditions as this one. Now I still don't know if there's some issue with this thermistor or not, because it wasn't heating a second ago. And I don't know if that's just the way this one works, like it does it slow or what, because it is on, maybe I should put it on time dry. Let's see if it heats up right now. It's 75 in here about. Let me see what happens here. It's tough because I can't put these things together without the front of this. It makes it really hard for me to test the heat coil. The heat coil tests good, but every once in a while, you know, I like to watch them heat, and then you can really know something. Let's see what happens here. Yeah, this is heating. See, it says 94. I don't know if you can see that or not, but let's go to time to dry. Push start. So the bottom of the drum is 83. I'm getting 88 out the heat hole. Obviously, don't do this at home. So yeah, when he switched his lines, his control panel and his motor's working now. I'm not exactly sure how to help him though, because if it's I can't rewire his house or fix that part of it. Yeah, it's definitely heating now. We're up to 98. Well, so the thing is, I could just run over there, test it, not charge him, and hopefully have a customer in the future. That would be the idea. See if he has a voltmeter. I'll try to talk him through it.
All right, future me here, and just so you guys know, this is going to be a little editor's note on this one. So basically, what happened was what I didn't record is I ended up throwing two more dryers on the trailer, and I drove over to this dude's house. And so what had happened was he moved into a new place, and his dryer quit working, which is this Samsung one that I'm working on right now. And so he contacted me and came and bought a dryer from me. So I sold him this dryer, and he took it home, and it didn't work. And this happens every once in a while. The way these dryers work is what we have is called split phase 220. And so I don't claim to understand everything about this, but it's basically two lines of 110 AC, and they're 180 degrees out of phase from each other. It's the best way I could explain it. And so what was happening to this dude is he had one 110 working and the other 110 line wasn't. And so when I went over there, I metered his plug, and basically what we were ending up with was about 30 volts on one line and 120 on the other line. And so what it was his dryer had a 4-prong cord on it, and he showed up. No, it had a 3-prong cord on it, and he showed up to the new house, and the new house had a 4-prong receptacle. So he went to Lowe's or Home Depot or whatever, and he said he went to go buy a cord, and they were $40. And he went and looked at the receptacles, and they were $10 or something like that. So he wanted to save $30. So he bought a receptacle. He took it to his new house, and he wired it in, right? Wired it great. Everything was good, and then he plugs his dryer in, and it doesn't heat. So he's like, well, the dryer broke on the move. So he contacts me. He gets a dryer from me. He takes that there. It doesn't work either. And so when he first gets it there, it doesn't spin. So he contacts me. He says it's not working. I say, okay, you guys saw that in the video. And then I start really making sure that this Samsung is broken or not. And it turns out it's not broken. The thermistor's fine. Everything was fine. I did change the thermistor, but I didn't need to. What the issue I was having was it was on some sort of eco mode, and so it was slowly ramping up the heat. So I wasn't seeing a high heat like I was expecting to, because I haven't dealt with eco mode that much. So now I know that, and that's something I learned in this process. So anyways, texting back and forth with him over an hour or so, messing with this dryer, I come to realize that it is something wrong with his wiring. I drive over there, I meter one line at 30 volts, one line at 120 volts. In the meantime, he had switched the black and the red wire on his receptacle. And what that does is, what that did for him is then the dryer started turning. Okay, and the way these things are wired is one side of the dryer, the motor, and a lot of times the control board, will work off of 110 volts. And the only thing that works off of 240 or 220 volts or split phase, AC or whatever we're going to call it, is the heating element. And so a lot of times these dryers will spin, but they won't heat. And so when he reversed those wires and got the wires flipped, he was actually able to get his motor to run, but not his heat element. So what I did when I got there is I had a 4-prong cord in my car, and we eventually figured out that what was happening is his receptacle, the brand new one that he bought, was having a bad connection to the cord, to his cord. So either his cord was bad or that receptacle was bad. The brand new receptacle, and I believe it was the receptacle, because his cord worked at his house before. His dryer was fine. The dryer I sold him was fine. The only thing that had changed and that wasn't fully able to test was that brand new receptacle. And I watched them wire it. I don't wire people's houses. I'm not an electrician, so I don't touch wiring in people's houses. And I sat there and watched the dude wire it. So anyways, his circuit breaker was a little weird. I will say this. Normally, it's we couldn't exactly figure out if his circuit breaker was set up correctly. But in the end, what we did was he put the 4-prong receptacle back on, the original receptacle back on, and I put the correct cord for that receptacle on his dryer. I told him to take the receptacle back to Lowe's or Home Depot or whatever. Just gave him the cord. I left his possibly bad cord with him too because I didn't want to mess with it. And he ended up just buying a dryer he didn't need, basically. It cost me about 2.5 or 3 hours worth of work that was wasted time for me. And he felt bad and tried to pay me more, but I didn't accept it. So that's the story behind this one, is that this happens every once in a while where you think you know what is happening and it's not. I don't know. You have to test. So a brand new receptacle ends up being bad. Yeah, poor guy, because he's sitting there trying to move, and I'm sure there's a lot of expense in moving and into a new place and all this stuff. He doesn't need to be buying a dryer that he doesn't need, right? And that's basically what ended up happening. So, but I'm glad I could help him out, and hopefully this information will help anybody out. As always, don't try this at home. This stuff is serious. It's not, electricity will get you. It's not anything to mess around with, but yeah, thanks for watching. Comment and subscribe.